Welcome to Passing Knowledge Check, where I teach you some key information, knowledge checks, and general counterplay to some layer 1 tactics commonly used by beginner to intermediate level players. Today, we're going to be going over Jin Kisaragi. Jin has 4 jump cancelable normals on block, 5A, 2A, 5C, and 2C. Jins will commonly use jump cancels on block to reset and extend their pressure. If you're sure to employ different counters like anti-airs, jump throw, and running under if they're predictable, you'll have a much easier time against them. Jin has 2 plus on block normals, 2D and 6D. 2D is usually used around 5C range and is plus 1, and 6D is used up close and is plus 6 on block. Jin can also use dash cancel after his 5D on hit and block, however this is not commonly used as it is minus 6 after recovery of the dash on block. Lastly, Jin's 6A is a 19 frame standing overhead that is only cancelable from 5A and 2A. This overhead is minus 3 on block, so if you do block it, it is your turn. Jin's drive allows him to freeze his opponents for restands. This lets him take a lot of wake up options out of the game like roll and enforce some mix ups on his opponent. Jin can spend 25 meter to enhance any of his specials. When he enhances his DP, it hits twice and the first hitbox hits all around him, so be careful when you're pressuring him on his wake up. In addition to this, he can hold the D input to charge the second hit for alternate timings. However, you can consistently punish all timings by immediately jumping after blocking the first hit. This won't give you the best punish for every timing, but it's better than being hit yourself. If he charges it all the way, the second hit becomes an unblockable attack, which means you can't even barrier it. Jin's Astral is a reversal, however it is very slow and it is also a low. It is very minus on block and easy to punish, and it is even punishable from full screen by most characters. As said before, 60 is plus on block, however it has a very slow start up, and if your opponent is being very predictable with it, you can mash on it, and if you're even really on point, then you can actually counter hit it on reaction. 5B is a 2 hitting lead kick that vacuums the opponent towards Jin on block and on hit. This makes it very useful against barrier, but it also pulls you out of the corner. This means he can go for cross-ups in the corner on standing opponents after a freeze. If you're sleeping on block, he may also use RC to go for it. The main thing is to know that it's an option and to be ready and act accordingly if you can react on time. Yukikaze is Jin's 50 meter counter super that catches any non-grab, however there are some important interactions to know if it catches you. If you get caught with any non-invuln physical attack, you can't avoid it. If you get caught with an invuln attack like a DP, you can RC the DP and avoid the hit by either doing another DP backwards or activating overdrive. If you activate it with a projectile, you can actually continue to move and avoid the unblockable by super jumping out of its hitbox. If you do manage to avoid it, you cannot punish the super as he is fully invuln until he recovers, however, you can meaty him. One of the most important things about general counterplay to Jin is understanding how you want to defend against his 6A. 6A is scary and it is 19 frames, so it's very hard to react to and in most cases unreactable. However, understanding the risk reward for the attack is important. He cannot convert the 6A unless he has a counter hit confirm or he has 50 meter to use for RC. So in some cases it's beneficial to just take the overhead if the low confirm will take out your character. Try to recognize what kind of situations the Jin likes to go for 6A and use that to formulate your defensive patterns against it. Next we'll talk about 3C. 3C is a very good button, however it is fairly bad on block as all the cancel options are either unsafe or lose to reversals, especially overdrive into exceed axle. If Jin is using this a lot in strings, you can make him be more honest by exhibiting these options. Earlier I mentioned 6A being Jin's only standing overhead. While this overhead is very good, it does have a limited range, but to get around this, Jin can use 25 meter on Hizangeki to get an overhead at extended ranges. This is very useful against unsuspecting opponents who believe that they've pushed him out of 6A range after using barrier. It's also useful after 5C as he does have 3C to threaten with the low option. Of course, however, this option is only available when Jin has 25 meter, so use this to defend against that appropriately. Lastly, some Jins may use Snowflake Oki after Ice Scar follow-up. However, mid-screen and in the corner, this actually loses to most reversals that are about 16 frames or quicker. So if you notice that Jin is using this very often, then you can punish him and actually take your turn back. These are just some beginner tips that help you with layer 1 of Jin's offense. Hopefully this helps you in the matchup and you don't feel as lost playing against it. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.